Hi everyone. I'm exhausted today. My sleep was terrible. My body hurts today. I have a really busy day today. It's the day before Easter. I have dishes and I really want nothing to do with them. Usually I try to avoid them leaving me like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days worth of dishes and then do them just because my shoulders and my arms really get sore. But then today's my lady day and I'm achy as a mother. And maybe I'll do a little chit chatting. Usually I YouTube and watch some of my favorite things when I'm doing things I hate. Right now I'm like picking up my kitchen. I was gonna have some coffee, but I'm afraid my tummy isn't gonna be able to do it. So I might make myself like a chai tea or something because um, usually I coffee all day, and today is my no coffee day, or one of my no coffee days. Usually I find my nausea level is super high on day one and yesterday, and now I know why I was having nausea for the last 2 days before because like I try not to pine over each month, but I usually can read it coming because I don't feel good. So it completely explains my super achy legs last night when I was doing the hip hop. While I was talking, I was like, because my legs can only take so much. I don't sit well, so standing's my jam, and I do have to sit. It's usually I lay down and put my feet up because I'm supposed to every 4 hours. I have to have my kitchen clean. This is going to be really exciting, you guys. You could help me do my dishes. Tomorrow's Easter. I hate dishes so much that I do buy a lot of disposables. And I shouldn't be like, you're ruining the earth. I buy paper disposables. It's just really hard with such a big family to go through so many cups or plates. Oh my gosh, plates, they're the most important, like, disposable to have with large family. And I know a lot of people will be like, it's a sucky investment. Not when you don't have a dishwasher. When you don't have a dishwasher and you've spent the last 23 years as the dish doer, and then paper plates are like a blessing. Like, we'll start something where like YouTube sensation, where like everybody's standing at their kitchen sink doing their dishes, pretending like they're talking to a stranger. It'll seem perfectly like, not crazy, normal. I put everything over on the stove. That's why we're tipped funny. You can't see everything piled. I have an extremely small kitchen because this kitchen was not made for a family of 5. It's barely made for a family of 2. I would honestly say that like maybe it's like an apartment size, maybe even slightly smaller. Woohoo! Dishes! Oh, this one. We talked about this one. Oreo cookie cake. These are clean. Thank you. This looks delicious. Girls are cleaning their room because they wanted to go shopping today. I told them they want to probably go get like, I don't know, coffees. And pretty much I told them there's no way in the world that I was going to take them and get more plastic cups for their floor or more, because we get like local coffee companies, coffee. We love our Big B's, or we do Starbucks, or Dunkin' Donuts. But Big B's is our local Michigan company, so I usually lean towards them because, you know, you want to support local, and they're local. Like, I can come into Lansing and drive past the main company's business, so they're like 20 minutes called local. More dishes. And I went with chai tea. Funny because I was talking Willow. Sorry, I'm not used to talking to somebody while I'm doing dishes because nobody wants to come in the room usually while I'm doing dishes. It's like they think it's something personal or something. Oh. I'm in here doing it, I want to be private. This is the life of a real mom, right? Over here hand doing all my dishes. Told them I am the dishwasher. It's like, oh no, my mom's talking to strangers again. I think those have to soak for a couple minutes. Holy cow, that was gross. Or when I go through my dishes for a few minutes. All my silverware. You know, who wants to sit here with somebody while they're doing their dishes? It's not that exciting, really. So, most likely, I'll probably just skip this part. Real life, real people, really do the dishes, you know? Can't live life without having clean dishes in a clean space. It's just mine's not always clean. The dishes have been the enemy of me. I despise like all ideas of doing them. Usually I avoid at all costs. I usually procrastinate. Oops, that was actually clean. I forgot. I guess we just needed to rinse it. I grew up in a house that didn't have dishwasher. More people coming. Oh, this time it's Winnie with a few more dishes to add to my dish pile. Think you could take the hair? Oh, no. There's more right there. I don't want it in my sink. Ew! I guess this is real life. I told myself I was going to be candid. And I guess candid is like Jamie doing the dishes. Woo! So, so you guys know, like, I'm like so beyond nauseous. So, like, I'm really like suffering. Luckily, I do a alright job of rinsing. Except that. So usually I can just quickly wash everything, but I have to let those gross cups from the bedroom soak. So I'm not going to do my dishes for just about 5 minutes. Easter has always been important to my family. We are religious, so we do, you know, we don't all sit around and like pray over everything, and we don't, I don't regularly attend church, but I do have faith. And I'm hopefully raising my children with like enough faith to make the choice that they want to make for what they decide in their future. And they think that Easter bunnies are kind of creepy, and the whole idea of some creeper coming in your house at night and leaving you little like treats. When when you're told from birth never to accept, you know, food from strangers, and don't take candy from strangers. Don't take candy from strangers. Don't take candy from strangers. and then you take your kids to Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and make them accept candy from a stranger. So it, like, it doesn't make sense to me. Sorry, you're gonna see, like, I got lots of real thoughts, but, like, I'm not gonna not give my opinion, because, like, the whole point of me talking was to vent my thoughts, and if I don't say what I'm really thinking, then it's not worth doing. So, pretty much, I'm doing you're following me prepping my Easter day. My family feels the same way about Christmas as we do about Easter. We know that Christmas is not the exact day, and we very much know that it's part of, like, the days, like, was chosen because of the equinox, and that's when our world celebrates the day of his birth, and so that's the day that we celebrated also. And we don't do Santa Claus either, so I'm gonna get shamed. I'm sure I'm gonna get, like, mama shamed by plenty of parents that are like, I'm taking away, like, those things. My children do not feel like that. Okay, I have one, is what I already said, you know, like, those days aren't about the stuff, they're about the Lord. And, like, if you have problems with that and you celebrate Christmas, then you're really just, you know, kind of being two-faced to the Lord, you know, celebrating, giving gifts, and doing all those things, and then not understanding that there is not a Santa Claus, really. He's a mythical person. I mean, he's like an ideology, you know, a thought that somebody, I mean, maybe he was a real man. Maybe there was a wonderful man that went around in his neighborhood and left gifts to families. I mean, that still happens nowadays. It's just, it's a charity that most people are involved in, because neighborhoods and families and the world has separated itself so much from each other. You know, like, you can only create so much separation before people feel like they don't know anybody around them. And it's kind of sad. Yeah. Thank you. This is where all the silverware must have been. A good dozen of them. I'm glad you found those on your floor in your room. Yeah, their room was quite the mess. I have been, like, doing pieces of it here and there in frustration. Like, I might walk in the morning and be like, you think you could pick some of this up today? And then grab a piece or two. But I think I was kind of, like, keeping them from doing it themselves because I was helping them. So, like, I just needed to, like, back off. I gotta check this cup because, like, it was really, 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 really good. So I just want to, like, make sure, like, I don't know. Yeah, it almost looks like there's cottage cheese in here. But gross. I'm guessing it's probably, like, a coffee mixed drink. That was pretty gross. Yep. I'm gonna continue to let my silverware soak. Then the whole idea of I can't even show it to you. It's like she drank orange juice and left it. So these are the cups from their room. So, like, yes. Ooh, my shipment's here. Yeah. Wasn't my package. My mom's package arrived. So, and I looked and my package was postponed by 2 hours. So hopefully they show up early. I guess it won't really matter. But yeah, he did order something for his motorcycle. I got my phone this last year, and it had a pretty big memory bank in it. But I realized that it actually, I never put a SD card in it. So I've been doing like everything in life for the last year, and I haven't been deleting anything or getting rid of anything. And I popped open my my slot, and I was like, I never put in an SD card. And then I started doing my little vlogging and realized that like I only had like, I don't know, 25 minutes worth of recording available on my phone. 64 gigs of memory on my phone, and I only had 20 minutes worth of recording available. I almost got that cup with the cookie, with the Oreo cake. TikTok people made. So my daughter, I told her, you can't make it in there unless you take care of your bowl or your cup. Nope, she didn't. So we almost got it clean. It only took about, what, 19 minutes of soaking. I think I started my video over. And so anyways, Bobby bought this motorcycle. He had been researching it, but it comes like disassembled, so you have to put it together yourself. And we wanted another little hot rod and vehicle, so that when we're going to check out properties up north that are a little more remote, Bobby can just hop over there himself on like a 2-track somewhere, or an old like log road, and be able to find some of the pieces of land, or get to some of the pieces of land. The snow as it melts up in northern Michigan creates like heavy ravines in a lot of the 2-track roads, which, you know, wash away. And then they got these like washout spots, or like huge puddles that could be like bottom you out. And so we just have a little scoop bug right now. It can't go 2-tracking. We used to have a 4-wheel drive Durango, which we could get down those roads, but I blew out the 4-wheel drive a couple of years ago. We won't talk about that. It wasn't my fault. It seized. I just happened to be the driver when the 4-wheel drive was going out, and exploded and backfired, and according to my husband, burned the entire box underneath the engine. There was like an emergency like little rubber valve for like releasing the oil when you go to change it. It's not like oil. It's a box for shifting into 4-wheel drive or into low-wheel drive from normal drive. So what happened is it's winter, and I'm driving, and the truck starts smelling really funky, and I'm like, it smells so weird. So like I get where I'm going, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna puke. It smells so bad. So I go home, and about I don't know, 2 miles from home, the car started acting really weird, and it felt like it wasn't getting like go. Okay, Bobby will say that it wasn't that snowy or icy outside, but it was. So I had 4-wheel drive engaged, because a Durango doesn't, rear wheel drive car does not drive well in snow. So unless you have your 4-wheel drive on. So I had my 4-wheel drive on, and all of a sudden there's like this big explosion and smoke, and come to find out, at that moment, the little like valve, or the little like not valve, plug that held all the liquids inside of that thing burst out of it, I don't know, onto the road at that spot. I was terrified, and I got home. I made it all the way to the house, but our driveway we live at the top of a hill, and our driveway was pretty snowy, and I couldn't get up the driveway, and like black smoke's rolling from the car, and Bobby was not a happy camper, because it was our only vehicle. So we ended up buying a new car because our Durango couldn't. I hear fighting out there. The girls must be fighting. Doing the dishes. Sorry, I'm listening to Dad take care of business. But he's gonna come out and talk to me about it, so I should probably pause because he always does. So anyways, he says I broke his four-wheel drive on the Durango. And then after the four-wheel drive went out, we did drive it again in the spring after four-wheel drive season was over, and it drove fine, but power steering went out on it. So the truck's just been sitting there for 2 years. We make sure it runs and stuff, and we pull it forward and mow under it, but like I can't turn the steering wheel because I don't have any body strength anymore. So like I physically have to like lay on the whole steering wheel. I don't know if you've ever been in a vehicle without power steering, but my first vehicle that I ever drove didn't have power steering. So I know what to do. Kind of silly. I know how like much force you have to use in steering. So I remember being like 16 and I was given, because I grew up on a farm, I was given a farm truck to drive. Farm truck to school. I didn't want to ride bus. So my option was I could drive the truck if I wanted. So I drove this big black Ford farm truck to school, and pretty much I didn't have a lot of steering. So it didn't exist in like that 1970s vehicle or whatever, 1980 vehicle. So I pretty much, you'd use your full body to turn. Like you learn to like lift and pull. Try to make sure that you are fully. I want to put all my utensils right here. I got all my nemesis part of my dishes done. The silverware. I hate them. I'm glad you were here to talk while I was doing my silverware. Because washing silverware makes me really annoyed. And then I got these 2 gross cups that still have to soak here. They're so gross. They're just completely, I can't get out what's in the bottom. I did get the Oreo cookie one though out, but any other people have their kids making those at home, where you microwave the 4 Oreos with 3 tablespoons of milk. You crush the Oreos, like the bejesus out of the Oreos, like might as well put them in like a Cuisinart or something like that, something like a food processor to get them like minced. And then you stir it with the milk. My daughter and I both tried it, like, because we read a couple different recipes of it, that there was one recipe that you just do the 2 ingredients, and then there was another one that you add like just a very small pinch of they said a 1/4 teaspoon. I did a pinch because like I bake a lot and I put 2 teaspoons. Why would I put a half into like a half of a cup worth of food? I usually put like 2 teaspoons in like a big thing, so it didn't seem practical to me. Oh, look, I have the perfect cup today. T-Rex. This is Max's cup. So the girls, these are Christmas cups. So it actually, they're so cute. Hang in here. They all got their own little tea stirs. So his is a T-Rex spoon. And then Willow got a cappuccino, and then the pug cup, and Willow's, or Winter's cup, says Kitty. I see something fluttering around right here. Fuzzy guys. My camera's really good. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I could just see that in my video because it was like almost not even noticeable. And they all come with these cute little stir cups. So that's what I'm using. Because all my coffee cups were dirty because I use them every day. I'm like the tiny, because I hand wash everything. I do everything in groups. So right now I'm soaking plates and bowls, hand washing dishes, because like I said, never had a dishwasher. It's drawn into my future home. It doesn't mean that it's like a mandatory will be item, but for right now it's in my like dream of my future home. But sometimes I wonder if anyone will still want to help and do those things. What I do is anything that goes in your mouth is the first thing washed in my hottest, soapiest water, the first sink water, because I do drain and refill my sink after I finish. When I feel like my bubbles are starting to get a little depleted. Like I said, I'm a dish doing pro. I have washed probably more dishes than most people have ever even thought to wash, or will ever even wash in their life. And I'm only halfway through my life. I'm just giving myself a little more hot water because we had chili yesterday, and chili always gives you the like tomato grease. I don't even know how to explain this. Does anyone else like really get annoyed when they're washing like something that was with tomatoes? Like it feels like everything ends up with like that orange tomato like line. And who cares about dishes? So why am I talking about them? Probably because like they're like a huge part of my life, my life of motherhood, because you always have to, and like maybe I'll start like dish chat. Ooh. And still doing dishes. No, I took a break. I went and sat down. Well, I went and talked to my mom. She gave me sugar cookies, so now I have to make some. My camera is pretty good. Oh my gosh. I keep like seeing little tiny things in my camera picture. Like little things fluttering by, and I'm like, whoa, I can't believe it. Pretty much, I'm trying to hurry up and finish my dishes because now I have another project to do today because we are, like I said at the very beginning, I just knew that I had to do dishes were my like top priority of my day. Who wants to do food prep? A pile of dishes. So Fuzz has Kitten sleeping, and she keeps coming over and laying next to my feet, wanting to snuggle me. Like first day of filming, she laid him. She's gonna come lay at my feet, so I'm gonna give her my rug. I'm doing dishes, Granny. What are you doing? You taking a break? Getting some legs stretching on. She's a good girl. She's so good. I just can't even like. For being like a cat, I barely know. I can't believe how nice she is, and like I can't believe somebody would have dropped her off here. Like it blows my mind that like somebody didn't want her. She's like honestly the sweetest thing. That like when I think when we move, I don't know. She might come with me. So I refilled my water, and you don't care about my dishes. I don't care about my dishes. That's why they're lazily doing them. I'm about, I don't know, maybe halfway. I got all the silverware. That's the mess. I would say, okay, I'm 75% of the way because all I got left are some pans and the end of my bowls. So I'm gonna work on my list. What kind of foods does everyone else have for Easter? Like, I think I started earlier. We always do ham. I think that's like classic. I'm gonna instant pot my mashed potatoes in a little while. I'm gonna literally pour them in and do them so that I have that one last job. And make eggs. I don't know, what do you say? Eggs eggs, whatever. Do egg decorating today, so I have to hard boil my eggs, which I'm also going to do in the Instant Pot because it's really fast and I don't have to do anything for them. I always followed my grandmother's technique for making eggs, but I got that Instant Pot this last year and I'm using it for everything when I can. Well, I like to make my big roasts and stuff, of course, in it, but I make my soups and stuff in there because I always make extra soups, so there's some for, lunch the next day, or lunch in 2 days, or in my case, chili, so maybe some chili cheese fries. I keep most of my kitchen stuff in the dining room. I created a pantry, and I stole some countertop stuff and kind of extended over there, and the refrigerator used to sit directly up against the stove, and I felt trapped in here and suffocating, so I moved the refrigerator way over there to the other side of the door so that I didn't feel so closed in this little itty beeny kitchen. Food family house. Sorry, I'm finally getting those cups clean that I was giving icky faces to at the beginning. Ew. I swear that these are kinds of things that I should just leave and actually drag somebody out here and be like, I know this cup's yours. Wash it. Okay. I just despise. This have been my nemesis. I call them, they're my evil nemesis. We're not friends. We will never be friends. I know what I was going to say. I was rambling because I couldn't remember what I had been talking about. So, when you are the cook and the dish doer, what ends up happening is you spend that, hour 20 minutes, doing nice dinner prep and making everything and getting everything all made, and you give everyone dinner and you spend the time eating and all that jazz, and then you don't want to get back up, wash everything. You just got to enjoy your nice meal. I mean, imagine going to the restaurant, your favorite restaurant, and then at the end of your meal having to go in the back and wash the dishes at the end of it. So yuck. So, I choose to make the choice. I can choose my dirty battles because my body wears out really easily. I get exhausted super quick in my arms. I'll end up with a migraine from doing dishes today. I try to pretend like I'm not going to. I know I already said I am getting one. It's because I already know I will, because I move in. Well, these muscles are extremely finicky, and part of my scoliosis is in my shoulder blades. So, is what it is. Slowly pinched nerves, or I don't know. Nothing I can do anything about currently. So, we just keep living our life and trying hardest not to overinflame ourselves. So, that's why, if you see my colors of my daytime changing, and it seems like everything's the day's progressing, it's because it is. I pause and I do multiple things. I do dishes usually, the day that people will be like, just do dishes every day, Jamie. No. Okay, sometimes I try to. I put effort into being I'm gonna do dishes every day and have my got dishes done at the end of the night, so when I wake up, I have a nice clean kitchen. It just doesn't happen. Like, being the cook and the dish doer is very unsatisfying. So when you go to cook dinner and you already spent all that time, and I don't like do everything from a package, so when I'm already done, my kids did different pans each with eggs. I gotta find my scrubby. I think it's in my dryer. Oh, there's one of my little sponges. So much, so much that I literally will just, I try to do it 3 times a week. I don't know, like every other day, sometimes every third if we go fast food, or do some like carry out style meals on one of the days. Then even if we had lunch at home and love that, then we could still, then that just adds with the other, I would say probably like 2 dinners. I smacked my shin yesterday. Oh my gosh, I know. This spider. I never still haven't seen the spider that was sitting in my like coffee filters on the very first day. But it just reminded me because yesterday, a spider ran across the floor, and we have no carpet down right now because I'm about to replace the flooring with some really nice like vinyl wood flooring. It's it's concrete floor, and I can't put a subfloor above it because all of the doors are already in placed. If they would have not put if they would have risen the doors up, and given me more space, then maybe I would have subfloored. That's not the case. So I did some research, and plank, like high quality plank laminate flooring is what I picked, and it's concrete safe. It just has to be moisture safe, and luckily this home is located at the very top of a nice big hill. Things get moist at the bottom of the hill, but not at the top of the hill. So, and then this is actually, this building is currently sitting like equal height with the house, which is the highest points on the house, on the property. So, it doesn't have a high moisture content, just in case any like people that know about construction are like, dude, don't put those flooring. Okay, I know you're supposed to check moisture and blah 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 blah. Okay, so currently I changed subjects. I currently have the flooring ripped out and worked to concrete in the living room. Bobby has to do kitchen dining room space for me because it has sticky laminates floor on it, and then some heavy, really heavy duty glue. The carpet that's on the dining room side, the glue, I can't pull the carpet. Like I took the tack strip, or like the fader strip or whatever, where it separates like the carpet and the tiles or the flooring, and I physically almost couldn't get it out. It was like more than I needed to do in one day of physical body pain. Sink stinks. My sink. I'm getting close to being done with the dishes, and then I've got my list going for going to the store. Okay? So do be sort of around, and I think your dad might and Max might go disc golfing or something while we do that. I'm not sure. No, they can't do it while we're doing that because we only have one car. But he said something about like, We're not going to buy a car. What do you think? What kind of money do you think we got lying around in this house? Enough to buy a car, huh? I wish. I wish. Because I would already have a car. So as I'm talking, I'm like making my mental list, and I need to turn sideways. So I think we're gonna like rotate the camera. So you guys are gonna get like a fall over shift as I change my camera's angle. My dishes are really close to done, but I was washing some really gross pans that had gross eggs from like 2 days ago in it, and I didn't like it. So I'm gonna like leave my sink for a minute. I don't have a ton left. I have like, I'm not gonna show you how much is not a ton to me. I have my like baking sheet and a couple of my cutting boards that just need a quick wipe down. My cookie sheet only needs a quick wipe down, but then I have like some baking or a few more pans and the gross egg pan. So yeah, somebody sticks it in and then it gets lost at the bottom of the sink, and kids pile stuff and pile stuff and pile stuff, and I need my water to reheat. I think I used it all. It just doesn't seem hot enough. So we're gonna rotate. Are you ready? All right, I'm all shifted. I don't feel like I'm like trapped in the sink, even though it's only like right here. Yeah. My space, you know. Never mind. We won't go there. All right, something happened in my house today, and I almost just gave you some of my home drama. So, yeah. I purposely stole my sink space where people used to put the dirty dishes. I stole it and made it a responsible, usable space so that nobody would put dirty dishes on my counter. Because I was really tired of it, and I was feeling overwhelmed with dishes being piled on my counter. I'm making my list. Bobby has done in the Easter basket candy, so I have to go peek in there and make sure that nothing important's gone so that I can replace some. Because like I said, I do full Easter baskets for my kids. They don't get lack of any of that Easter experience. It's just not waking up for an Easter bunny. To the idea that the Easter bunny brought the Easter basket, or that Santa Claus brought the presents. They just know that we gave it to them, and it hasn't wrecked my children's childhood at all. They don't care, in all honesty. My kids are a little too observant in the world, and there's entire aisles of candy. I mean, what, does the Easter bunny go to Meijer or go to Target or go to Walmart stores to give everyone their Easter candy? Oh my gosh, and how do they have that stuffed animal that the Easter bunny gave me? My kids are too observant for any such chaos and naiveness, I guess. It's not stupidness, naiveness. They're way too observant in life, is, I guess, the better term. And it's not a bad trait. And let's see what other things. My mom gave me cookies when I went over to visit her for a minute. So she gave me some sugar cookies. So I'm going to decorate sugar cookies. I'm not doing the royal icing, flooding, and all that. I don't have hand strength. I'll shake, and it will look like crap, and I'll be disappointed. So I'm going to just buy some colors and let the kids decorate the cookies themselves. And I know that my local Meijer they make frostings for their cake section, for their cake department, and they put frosting out for sale, so that they make every day. So I'm gonna buy, hopefully they have a bunch of different colors, and I'm gonna buy a bunch of their frosting flavors or colors and Winter can pick the sprinkles that she had seen at the store the other day. I always come up with all these ideas, and I make the most important ones first because, you know, I follow through and make sure that I got my potatoes and I got my eggs and I got, which I already bought, and I got, you know, my staple dinner items, and then I go berserk, and I start, you know, and make sure I finish because, you know, ADD, I might start 12 projects. I make sure that I have each step done. A lot of times for these type of holidays, like especially Thanksgiving, I like lots of vegetables in my my dressing or my stuffing. So I have to cut veggies a couple days out because I've cut so much. My occupational therapist recommended that I try looking into using like one of the machines that does it for you. I want to dice. How do you dice? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Like I have like those cutters, like I have a mandolin, and I have all this, but like I want a dice. I don't want a baby mini tiny dice. I just want a nice dice. I don't want a mince. I don't want like a bunch of like tiny particles. I want a dice. So I wear my arm out the 2 days before so that I can do nonsense the day before, and then I try to enjoy my day on the day of. Well, this year for Easter is actually much simpler. To me, it's more about spring and bright, refreshing things. So, like I said, asparagus, which is like the best spring food ever, unless you know what asparagus bugs are. And then it's the most terrible thing you can ever have in your garden. Okay. Sorry, we had asparagus beetles this last year. Yeah. Yep. So now when I like buy asparagus, it's kind of scary. I like salmon heavily. They pretty much say, you know, you just wipe it off. Okay. They leave like a trail of like disgusting eggs, like little like like these little like growth. If you want to know what I'm talking about, look it up. It's gross. I had a really hard time with asparagus. Usually my mom and I would go back and forth picking asparagus, and I would take it over to her and we would eat it. And this last year, the beetles were unbearable, and we don't use chemicals. None of the techniques were working, so so we didn't eat the asparagus this last year. I didn't eat the asparagus this last year. And I had a hard time buying asparagus this last year. I did buy it just the other day. It was from Mexico, and it's like a little like, I'm like hyper examining it, you know, like for marks of after you rinse, what it would look like, because I did it to see what it looks like. And the marks don't go away. And then like once, watch it yourself if you really, really, really want to know what an asparagus beetle does to asparagus. Ew. And so, yes, I'm cooking with asparagus tomorrow. Just very little, but I am. So, and I think that's just about it. Hey, editing Jamie. I don't have headphones. This is what happens when you have kittens. Ooh. Hold up, there's more. This was plugged into the computer. This was hanging on my TV. And this was just laying on the table. I was like, kittens ate my controller. This was plugged in. Every time I try to talk, people scream over top of me, so I never get to say anything. I haven't recorded in 2 days because it's pissing me off. Every time I talk, everybody yells over me. So I feel like I can't speak anymore, so I'm just going to vent right this very minute, and then I'm going to go back to my closing my video. I'm just trying to end a flippin' video. Nobody will ever let me talk. Okay, so this video is chatting with Jamie while I'm doing dishes. What am I saying? Dish chat. So check it out. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like my videos. I know there aren't very many yet. I have lots to come. I've been editing I have 2 months worth of editing. So subscribe. Thanks. Peace.